Please be seated. President, Vice President, members of Council, deans, faculty, new members, fellows and diplomates, honoured guests, you're most welcome to the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland this evening and to our conferring ceremonies. Before I declare open the conferring ceremonies, I'd first like to introduce the platform party. To the table to the front of the stage is Professor John Hyland, President of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland. On the platform party, from your right, is Mr. Ken Mealy, Vice President of RCSI, former President of Ireland, Dr. Mary McAleese, Mr. Kieran Ryan, Managing Director of Surgical Affairs at RCSI, Professor Sean Tierney, Dean of Professional Education at RCSI, Ms. Judith Gilroy, Associate Director for Academic Affairs at RCSI, Mr. Cliff Byrne, Dean of the Faculty of Sports and Exercise Medicine of RCPI and RCSI, Ms. Mary Jacob, Dean of the Faculty of Nursing and Midwifery, RCSI, Dr. John Marley, Dean of the Faculty of Dentistry at RCSI, Professor Max Ryan, Dean of the Faculty of Radiologists at RCSI, Dr. Adrian McGoldrick, Treasurer of the Faculty of Sports and Exercise Medicine, RCPI and RCSI, Mr. Paul Mahan, Honorary Treasurer of the Faculty of Nursing and Midwifery at RCSI, Dr. Edward Cotter, Honorary Secretary of the Faculty of Dentistry at RCSI, Dr. Niall Sheehy, Honorary Secretary of the Faculty of Radiologists at RCSI, Professor Oscar Traynor, Professor of Postgraduate Surgical Education at RCSI, and my name is Cathal Kelly, CEO of RCSI. I would now declare open the proceedings for the award of Honorary Fellowship of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland. It gives me great pleasure to invite Professor Deborah McNamara, Council Member of RCSI, to come forward and read the citation for Dr. Stephen D. Wexner, Director of the Digestive Disease Centre and Chair of the Department of Colorectal Surgery, Cleveland Clinic, Florida, Affiliate Professor of the Florida Atlantic University College of Medicine, and Clinical Professor of Florida International University College of Medicine.
Former President Dr. Mary McAleese, President of the Royal College of Surgeons of Ireland, Vice President, past Presidents, Members of Council, Fellows, Members, Graduates, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is a privilege to present Professor Stephen D. Wexner for the award of Honorary Fellowship of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland. Professor Wexner is currently the Director of the Digestive Disease Centre at Cleveland Clinic, Florida, where he has been Chairman of the Department of Colorectal Surgery for almost 25 years. We are delighted to welcome him and his partner, Dr. Mariana Berho, to the College this afternoon. Professor Wexner is a global figure in the field of coloproctology as a researcher, innovator, and educator, and is a most worthy recipient of this honour. Professor Wexner qualified at Cornell Medical School in 1982 and completed his surgical residency in Roosevelt Hospital, New York, followed by a fellowship in colorectal surgery in the University of Minnesota. He joined the staff of Cleveland Clinic, Florida in 1988, and since that time has served in almost every leadership role in the clinic, including Chief of Staff, Chief Academic Officer, and Chairman of the Division of Research and Education. Among Professor Wexner's many contributions to coloproctology, he was the first surgeon in North America to popularize the use of the colonic J pouch for rectal cancer, and he designed and validated a scoring system for fecal incontinence that bears his name. More recently, he has contributed to innovation and training in laparoscopic and robotic colorectal surgery. Professor Wexner is an early adopter of technology, and he has very effectively harnessed the internet and especially social media in his quest to educate future generations of colorectal surgeons. His contribution to research and education is significant. He has published over 675 peer-reviewed manuscripts. He holds more than 40 visiting professorships, and he is responsible for more than 2,000 scientific lectures. His most recent lecture in Ireland, in Limerick, in March of this year, was a masterclass outlining the past, present, and future of rectal cancer surgery. Professor Wexner holds numerous academic appointments and distinctions from universities across the world, including visiting professorships in Siena, Jerusalem, Moscow, and Belgrade, where he has also received an honorary PhD. His contribution to surgery has also been recognized with honorary fellowships of our sister colleges in Edinburgh and London, and he is an honorary member of the European Surgical Association and the European Society of Coloproctology. Professor Wexner's name is synonymous with the annual International Colorectal Disease Symposium, which he has directed for more than 2 decades. As colorectal surgeons in the audience will know, this is the largest annual international colorectal course in the United States, popular not only for its very comprehensive syllabus, but also for the welcome opportunity of enjoying Florida's February sunshine. Professor Wexner is a past president of the American Society of Colon and Rectal Surgeons, the American Board of Colon and Rectal Surgery, and the Society of American Gastrointestinal and Endoscopic Surgeons. He has served as governor of the American College of Surgeons, and in 2012 was elected a regent of the American College of Surgeons. Mr. President, it gives me great pleasure to present to you Professor Stephen D. Wexner, who, I am sure you will agree, is worthy of the highest distinction this college has to offer, the Honorary Fellowship of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland.
Thank you for that very, very beautiful introduction. I'm truly honored and humbled by this opportunity. I'd like to read the Honorary Fellow's Declaration. I, Stephen D. Wexner, do solemnly and sincerely declare that I will observe and be obedient to the statutes, bylaws, and ordinances of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, and I will, to the utmost of my power, endeavor to promote the reputation, honor, and dignity of the said college.
By virtue of my office of President, I admit you as Honorary Fellow of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland.
Thank you very much.
That concludes the award of Honorary Fellowship of RCSI. We now proceed to the awards for Fellowship and Memberships of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, and I invite Professor Oscar Traynor, Professor of Postgraduate Surgical Education at RCSI, to introduce the candidates for Fellowship and Membership of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland.
Good evening. I now invite the candidates for the Fellowship of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland to rise and recite the declaration in unison with me. The declaration is listed on page 12 of your booklet. I state your name. Do solemnly and sincerely declare and promise that I will observe and be obedient to the statutes, bylaws, and ordinances of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, and that I will do the utmost of my power endeavour to promote the reputation, honour, and dignity of the said college. I promise to place the welfare of my patients above all else. I promise to be respectful of my fellow healthcare professionals and will readily offer them my assistance and support. I further promise to continue to learn and teach and maintain my competence for the benefit of my patients, trainees, and the society in which I serve. I now call on the President to admit you as Fellows of the College.
By virtue of my office as President, I admit you as Fellows of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland.
Now, I will call on the candidates to come forward and receive your parchment from the President. Cardiothoracic surgery, Gerard Fitzmaurice. Thomas Theologu. General surgery, Mahmoud Alawi. Kahung Chang. Danielle Collins. Niamh Macaulay. Brendan Skelly. Jacqueline Solon. Shun Walsh. Patter Waters. Now, ophthalmology, Andrea Ryan. Plastic surgery, Catherine Brown. Lindsay Damkat Thomas. Catherine de Blockham. Ciara McGoldrick. Trauma and orthopedic surgery, Oisin Brannock. Abhitej Maskey. Urology, Elaine Redmond. So I now invite the candidates for the membership of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland to rise and recite the declaration in unison with me. The declaration is listed on page 12 of your booklet. I state your name. Do solemnly and sincerely declare and promise that I will observe and be obedient to the statutes, bylaws and ordinances of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, and that I will, to the utmost of my power, endeavour to promote the reputation, honour and dignity of the said college. I promise to place the welfare of my patients above all else. I promise to be respectful of my fellow healthcare professionals and will readily offer them my assistance and support. I further promise to continue to learn and teach and maintain my competence for the benefit of my patients, trainees, and the society in which I serve. I now call on the President to admit you members of the College.
By virtue of my office as President, I admit you as members of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland.
Now I will call each of you in turn to come forward and receive your scroll from the President. So, MRCSI, Sahibzada Abrar, Daniel Ahern, Uzman Akhtar, Waqas Ali, Faraj Muhammad Fala Al-Namet, Muhammad Amir, Michael Amu, Gavin Baker, Kanika Bernard, Stephanie Marie Bollard, Jia Z. Shong, Kevin Plesham, Jonathan Coulter, Sophie Davidson, Natalie Doolan, Robert Espy, Ahmed Fadl, Owen Fahy, Laura Fahy, Amy Fowler, Stephen Gary, David Glynn, Adam Hardy, Niall Hardy, Cathal Hayes, Maud Azrul Emirul Jaharuddin, Emer Keane, Grace Kennedy, Fiachra Shield, Roisin McDermott, Padder McSweena, Sean Maguire, Zaid Marhoun, Patrick McCabe, Philip McEntee, Laura McLaughlin, Sinead McNally, Colin McQuaid, Kunal Mohan, Thomas Moore, Ayman Nasir, Uzman Nisar, Fiona Nolan, Robert O'Connell, Maeve O'Neill, Isabel O'Riordan, Jiahao Teng. Munib Zafar. Shane Russell. Now, the MRCS in ENT, otolaryngology, Seamus Boyle. MRCS ENT otolaryngology and diploma in otolaryngology head and neck surgery, Ross O'Shea. Ophthalmology, Yasser Ali. Fawaz Hassan. And Rana Ismail.
I now invite the Dean of the Faculty of Radiologists of RCSI, Professor Max Ryan, and the Honorary Secretary, Dr. Niall Sheehy, to come forward to introduce the candidates for Fellowship of the Faculty of Radiology of RCSI, including addendum.
Will the candidates for Fellowship of the Faculty of Radiologists, including addendum, please rise and recite the declaration listed on page 12 of your booklet in unison with me as follows. I state your name. Do hereby solemnly and sincerely declare and promise that I will observe and be observant to the statutes, bylaws and ordinances of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, and that I will, to the utmost of my power, endeavour to promote the reputation, honour and dignity of the said college. I now invite the Dean to admit the new Fellows.
By virtue of my office of Dean, in the presence of the President, I admit you Fellows of the Faculty of Radiologists of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland.
Now I will call each of you in turn to come forward and receive your scroll from the Dean. In radio diagnosis, Sarah Alabasi. Danielle Byrne. Anthony Cullen. Orla Mary Drum. Hannah Andrea Fleming. Jared Michael Healy. Katrina Logan. Douglas Phelan Mulholland. Elizabeth Ann O'Dwyer. Damien Christopher O'Neill. Michael Kevin O'Reilly. Aileen O'Shea. Stephen Patrick Power. Kieran Edward Redmond. Gavin Sugru. And now the Fellows in Radiation Oncology, Ronan McDermott. Richard Moore. And now the Adiundum Fellows, Catherine Glynn. Raghuram Sathyana Rayana.
I now invite the Dean of the Faculty of Dentistry of RCSI, Dr. John Marley, and the Honorary Secretary of the Faculty, Dr. Edward Cotter, to introduce the candidates for the Fellowship of the Faculty of Dentistry, Membership of the Faculty of Dentistry, and Diploma of Primary Care Dentistry of RCSI.
I will now introduce the candidates for Fellowship of the Faculty of Dentistry. Will the candidates please rise and recite the declaration listed on page 12 of your booklet in unison as follows. I state your name. Do hereby solemnly and sincerely declare and promise that I will observe and be obedient to the statutes, bylaws and ordinances of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, and that I will, to the utmost of my power, endeavour to promote the reputation, honour and dignity of the said college. I now invite the Dean to admit the new Fellows.
By virtue of my office of Dean, in the presence of the President, I admit you Fellows of the Faculty of Dentistry of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland.
I will now call each of you in turn to come forward to receive your scroll from the Dean. Oral surgery with oral medicine, Muhammad Ali. Faizan Farid. Vinay Kashi. Matthew Pinamutul Cherian. In oral surgery, Ciara Malone. I will now introduce the candidates for membership of the Faculty of Dentistry. Will the candidates please rise and recite the declaration listed on page 12 of your booklet in unison with me as follows. I, state your name, do hereby solemnly and sincerely declare and promise that I will observe and be obedient to the statutes, bylaws and ordinances of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, and that I will, to the utmost of my power, endeavour to promote the reputation, honour and dignity of the said college. I now invite the Dean to admit the new members.
By virtue of my office of Dean, in the presence of the President, I admit you members of the Faculty of Dentistry of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland.
I will now call each of you in turn to come forward to receive your scroll from the Dean. Lilia Kalazzo Pakholiuk. Ciara Cronin. Mina Jurai. Ampagama Karyawasan. Emma McAleese. Rebecca McMahon. Rajni Thomas. Aoife Woods. We now move on to the Diploma of Primary Care Dentistry of the Faculty of Dentistry. I will call each of you in turn to come forward to receive your scroll from the Dean. Conor Cremin. Rika Koski. Anna Stuckenberg.
I now invite the Dean of the Faculty of Nursing and Midwifery at RCSI, Ms. Mary Jacob, and the Honorary Secretary of the Faculty, Mr. Paul Mahon, to introduce the candidates for fellowship and membership of the Faculty of Nursing and Midwifery of RCSI.
I will now introduce the candidates for fellowship of the Faculty of Nursing and Midwifery. Will the candidates please rise and recite the declaration listed on page 12 of your booklet in unison as follows. I state your name. Do hereby solemnly and sincerely declare and promise that I will observe and be obedient to the statutes, bylaws and ordinances of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, and that I will, to the utmost of my power, endeavour to promote the reputation, honour and dignity of the said college. I now invite the Dean to admit the new Fellows.
By virtue of my office of Dean, in the presence of the President, I admit you Fellows of the Faculty of Nursing and Midwifery of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland.
I will now call each of you in turn to come forward to receive your scroll from the Dean. Fellows by examination, Cynthia Balasundaram. Joseph Bonham. Lisa Cadden. Derek Cribben. Aisling Culhan. Mary Rose Day. Denise Doolan. Sinead Frayne. Denise Gillespie. Maria Hayes. Violet Hayes. Mary Hennigan. Sharon Hawk. Enda Kelly. Steve Lamb. Deirdre Lang. Vina Janet Lasrado. Claire McCarrick. Coleman Noctor. Linda Nugent. Carol Stein. Charlotte Varley. Aideen Walsh. Fellows at Ayundum, Mary Coffey. Maximo Gonzalez Jurado. Manuel Lilo Crispo. Kader Parahu. Loredana Sasso. Susan Smith. Peter Van Bogart. Mary Wynne.
For the Faculty of Sports and Exercise Medicine of RCPI and RCSI, I'd like to invite Mr. Cliff Byrne, Dean of the Faculty of Sports and Exercise Medicine, and the Treasurer, Dr. Adrian McGoldrick, to introduce the candidates for fellowships and memberships of the Faculty of Sports and Exercise Medicine of RCPI and RCSI.
I will now introduce the candidates for Fellowship of the Faculty of Sport and Exercise Medicine. Will the candidates please rise and recite the declaration listed on page 12 of your booklet in unison as follows. I, please state your name, do solemnly and sincerely declare and promise that I will observe and be obedient to the statutes, bylaws and ordinances of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland and the Royal College of Physicians of Ireland, and that I will, to the utmost of my power, endeavour to promote the reputation, honour and dignity of the said colleges. I now invite the Dean to admit the new Fellows.
By virtue of my office of Dean in the presence of the President RCSI and Pro-President RCPI, I admit you Fellows of the Faculty of Sports and Exercise Medicine of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland and the Royal College of Physicians of Ireland.
I now call the candidates to come forward to receive your scroll from the Dean. By election, Paul Bidinger. Kevin Byrne. Robert Darling. Richard Paul Farrell. Marina Hennessy. Abdul Khoury. Michael O'Mahony. Adiundum Greg Chiatone. Carlos McDowell. Alf Nicholson. Ikekuku Okafor. Daniel Withers. We now move on to the membership of the Faculty of Sports and Exercise Medicine, RCPI and RCSI, and I invite the candidates for membership to rise and recite with me the declaration listed on page 12 of your booklet as follows. I, please state your name, do solemnly and sincerely declare and promise that I will observe and be obedient to the statutes, bylaws and ordinances of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, the Royal College of Physicians of Ireland, and that I will, to the utmost of my power, endeavour to promote the reputation, honour and dignity of the said colleges. I now invite the Dean to admit the new members.
By virtue of my office of Dean in the presence of the President RCSI and Pro-President RCPI, I admit you members of the Faculty of Sports and Exercise Medicine of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland and the Royal College of Physicians of Ireland.
I will now call a candidate to come forward to receive your scroll from the Dean. Mohammed Mabur Chowdhury. Peter Foley. Finian Gallagher. Stephen Gilmartin. Brendan Murphy. Matthew O'Toole. Robert Piggott.
It now gives me great pleasure to invite our Honorary Fellow, Dr. Stephen Wexner, to address our new Fellows, members, diplomates and guests.
Well, again, I'd like to express my sincerest, deepest appreciation to President Hyland and to the rest of the Council here for allowing me the incredible privilege of recognition. I'm tremendously honored to be an Honorary Fellow of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, and I am deeply appreciative of the incredibly wonderful introduction and remarks that were given earlier. I'm convinced my mother must have had some hand in writing them because it sounded too good to be true, but thank you for that. I am humbled to say the least. Congratulations to all of the degree recipients today. You've worked hard, you've earned it. Thanks to your families, because it's been precious time away from them that's allowed you to pursue your studies to reach the qualification that's been bestowed upon each of you this evening, and that's no mean feat. Being a specialist in healthcare, regardless of the discipline, is a team effort. It's a team sport. And it's not just the team at the hospital or in the clinic where you work, but it's the team at home that keeps you going, that gives you the moral support when things don't go as well as you'd like them, and help you celebrate the triumphs when they do. And never forget that team. And no matter what happens, always remember to thank them. But congratulations on your degrees. You know, we all, again, regardless of the discipline, dentistry, midwifery, sports medicine, the things we've heard, it is a privilege and an honor for each of us to be engaged in the practice of medicine in these different vocations. We have unique positions in the world. We may not always glean the respect from the public, from the media, from solicitors and barristers. However, we definitely have, and we know within ourselves, that we are given something that very few other people get, and that is trust. Trust of fellow man, that we're going to do the right thing for them. And that privilege and honor should let every one of you every day get out of bed with a wonderful feeling that you have yet another day which will present you with probably multiple opportunities to help fellow man, to help assuage pain, to help improve quality of life, to help prolong life. And it doesn't matter whether you're in the diagnostic end of the spectrum, whether you're on the preventative side, or whether you're on the therapeutic side. Every one of those things is very important. And it also doesn't matter, really, whether the patient you're seeing at that moment in time is seeing you in consultation because they're worried they may have something, or because they do have something. Again, you may be diagnosing, you may be treating, you may be preventing, but in every one of those scenarios there's a commonality that the patients have, that they're scared, they're vulnerable, they're frightened, either because they have something, or they think they have something, or they don't want to have something, and you're the anchor for them. You're the person who can help them to guide them down the right path and to help them out with whatever it is in that moment in time. And that's a gift and that's a privilege that we all share. In addition, you'll see people from all walks of life. Disease is the great equalizer. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, if you're a man or a woman, it doesn't matter what part of the world you're from, what you do for a living. It's a great equalizer because sadly everybody is vulnerable to illness, and you need to treat them all the same. And it doesn't matter who you're treating, what's their position in society, what's their position in life, what they look like, what they sound like. Everybody has to be treated with empathy. How do you best do that? I think role reversal is a really easy thing. You don't need any fancy degrees or honorary degrees. You need good common sense and a warm heart. And I think the best way to do role reversal is to imagine at any point in time when you're with a patient, how would I like to be spoken to if I was that patient? Or the family of that patient? How would I like to be treated? When would I like my phone call returned? When would I like to be seen post-operatively or pre-operatively? You'll always get it right. You'll score an A+ every time, because empathy comes from putting yourself in the other person's shoes. Now, no matter how much you do that, unfortunately, bad things happen. You'll do the best job you can. I know you will. Every one of you, every day. But despite that, unfortunately, you're going to miss a diagnosis. You're going to misdiagnose. You're going to have complications if you operate on people. You know, remember, there are 3 kinds of surgeons. Surgeons who operate and therefore get complications. Surgeons who don't operate and therefore don't get complications. And then there's dishonest surgeons. And I'm proud to be in the first group. I operate, I get complications. You have to learn to deal with them. And again, if you're on the preventative, prophylactic end, if you're on the diagnostic end, you're also going to have similar kinds of problems. You can never dispense those out of hands. You can never be in a point where you say, it's just another anastomotic leak, or, oh, it's just another missed cancer. Ever, ever, ever. The day that you stop letting it really eat at you is the day to change professions or to retire. However, you also can't let it pull you down into a quagmire. You can't let it control everything you do, because when bad things happen, you need to reflect on them, learn from them. Don't berate, don't point fingers, don't blame. The first finger should point inward. I'm the captain of the team. I'm the fellow of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland. How could I have done this differently? How could I have done this better? How could I have had a different outcome? Don't point out, point in. Figure that out and learn from it. But don't let it run your life, because then you're going to do disservice to other patients. You're not going to be able to function with your other patients if you're obsessed over the last problem you had. And unfortunately, the sad truth is you will make other mistakes. Just don't make the same one twice. Think of a new mistake the next time. Learn from your mistakes. You know, good judgment comes from experience. Experience comes from not as good judgment. So as you mature through your practices, you know, remember to learn when things don't go the way you like. And also, your anchor in those storms are all the good things that you've done for people, and all the good things that have happened, and all the people who've hugged you and cried on your shoulder and thanked you for making their diagnosis, for treating them, for improving their quality of life, prolonging their life, whatever it is you've done. And that has to get you through the storm when things don't happen quite as well. But be honest with them, be honest with yourself. You can lose anything. We have very little control over much of our lives. You could walk across Grafton Street and get killed, well, maybe not by a car in Grafton Street, but unless they're completely inebriated, but let's say St. Stephen's Green, you could get hit by a car. You could get shot, more in the US than here. You could get a disease yourself. Many things can happen. You can be robbed. Things can be taken from you, except one thing, your integrity. Nobody can take your integrity from you. That's the one thing we all have that we completely control. We can't even control our bodies as disease hits, but we can control our integrity. So always maintain that, because it is the one thing that will make you great at your profession and give patients trust in you that you've earned and been recognized tonight with these degrees. The last thing that I'll say, and I heard it in several of the oaths today about teaching, about furthering the specialty. We're all guardians for a finite period of time in a continuum, in a chain in our various specialties. And we inherit a certain knowledge base, we practice for a period of time, we retire. Your job is to improve that knowledge base while you're practicing. And it doesn't matter your practice setting. In addition to clinical care, endeavor, as the oath said, to practice research, look at quality outcomes. Even if you're not in an academic center, it doesn't matter. Be cognizant of how you do and share that experience. You may not be in a teaching hospital, but you have other practitioners working with you who you can teach. So improve the knowledge base and leave your specialties when you retire many years from now better than when you found them. Again, I'd like to thank you all for the privilege of the podium to share these couple of reflections with you. And again, thank the college for the honor to me, and congratulate all of you and all of your families for your wonderful accomplishments.
Thank you, Dr. Wexner, for your wise and insightful words. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce the President of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, Professor John Hyland, to address us.
Vice President, members of Council, former President of Ireland, Ms. Mary McAleese, Honorary Doctorate and indeed Honorary Fellow of this college, our new Honorary Fellow, Professor Dr. Stephen Wexner, Deans, CEO, the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, the Chair of the Court of Examiners, RCSI, members of the Court of Examiners, academic staff, honoured guests, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me indeed great pleasure to welcome you all here to the Royal College of Surgeons. Including those in absentia, we have just conferred one world-renowned surgeon, Professor Stephen Wexner, with an honorary fellowship, our college the highest honour we can award, 20 surgeons with intercollegiate fellowships and 62 surgeons with memberships of RCSI, 4 surgeons with memberships of otorhinolaryngology, head and neck surgery, and 5 surgeons with the MRCSI of ophthalmology. I'm reading this list so that you realise how it's taken so long to get to this stage. There are 20 fellows of the Faculty of Radiologists and 14 fellows of the Faculty of Dentistry, 15 members of the Faculty of Dentistry and 1 membership in General Dental Surgery and 1 diploma in Primary Care Dentistry. We also conferred 40 fellowships of the Faculty of Nursing and Midwifery, 23 fellowships of the Faculty of Sports and Exercise Medicine, and 15 memberships of the Faculty of Sports and Exercise Medicine. So congratulations to you all on reaching this quite exciting step in your careers. Some of you will progress on to further qualification in your chosen specialties. For some of you, today's qualification is an important milestone in your training. For others, the parchment which you've just received is an acknowledgement that you've now completed a formal and comprehensive training program and a rigorous testing process, and you are now poised and ready for practice as a specialist in your chosen discipline. Or else, perhaps, you may wish to travel abroad for further subspecialty training. Either way, I wish you well. Irrespective of what stage you are in your careers, this is indeed a major achievement for you all. Postgraduate qualifications require focus, they require time management, dedication, and real commitment. And it's indeed a tribute to you all to have been successful in your quest for further professional qualifications whilst working full-time. We also extend a special welcome to your families and friends who have supported you to this stage and who are here today to share with you in your achievements. Many of you are visitors or attending your first conferring ceremony in the college. So by way of background for you, our visitors, I'll briefly outline who we are and what we do as a college. RCSI is a not-for-profit health sciences institution which was originally founded by Royal Charter from King George III in 1784. That's 233 years ago. And it's been resident on this site in St. Stephen's Green since 1810. The Charter gave the college the power to control the practice of surgery and make provision for surgical education, and we continue with this remit. The stimulus for growth in the early years was the demand for Army and Navy surgeons for the Napoleonic Wars. We are unique in these islands amongst the Royal Colleges of Surgeons of England, Edinburgh and Glasgow in that we have an undergraduate medical school which was founded in 1886. Our graduates receive licentiates in surgery, medicine, obstetrics from our college as well as from the Royal College of Physicians in Ireland. Also, because RCSI is a recognised college of the National University of Ireland since 1977, all our medical graduates receive MB, BCH, BAO degrees. In 2010, the college received from government our own degree awarding status, and RCSI is now positioned in the top 2% of universities worldwide according to the Times Higher World University ranking of just September gone. The physiotherapy program was established in 1999 and the pharmacy school in 2002. So along with our surgical remit over the years, we've expanded into a health sciences institute with undergraduate medical, physiotherapy and pharmacy education, and postgraduate education in basic sciences, medicine and surgery, dentistry, nursing and midwifery, radiology, sports and exercise medicine and pharmacy. And along with this diversity of programs, we also have overseas campuses in Bahrain, Dubai, Kuala Lumpur and Penang. We are the only health sciences university in the world providing education, assessment and examination in 3 different time zones. Our 5,500 students are culturally diverse from over 50 different countries worldwide. And as a result, our students are specifically tutored in cultural competence. We also have a very successful Institute of Leadership, both in Dublin and overseas. And there are also, as you can appreciate today, very active postgraduate faculties of nursing, midwifery, dentistry, radiologists, sports and exercise medicine and surgery. Last year, we established a Health Outcomes Research Centre to provide evidence-based input to improve patient pathways in the clinical care setting. The unit will provide a platform for both domestic and international thought leadership in the emergency field of systems science. The college has lived through troubled times, the French Revolution, the 1798 insurrection, the famine, World War I, and the 1916 Rising, War of Independence, the Civil War, and World War II. And last year we commemorated the occupation of our building for Easter week of 1916 and World War I as well, where 1,500 of our doctors and students fought and almost 250 died. Our ceremonies and exhibitions, we trust, were respectful of all traditions. We in RCSI, and indeed along with our sister colleges and training bodies in the UK, will do everything to ensure the nature and quality of consultant posts, and that the healthcare environment in which you will work will remain appropriate to your expertise and to your hard work to ensure that you can function as a fully trained professional. We continue to engage with the Minister for Health, his department and the Health Service Executive to attempt to improve our challenged health service. Only with engagement can we succeed in our mission with these bodies. Much has been said and much has been written about the challenges in our clinical workplaces and the continued crisis in recruitment of consultants to our health service. We continuously point out to the Department of Health that long-term locums will not serve the health system. The hospital groups or networks must be empowered legally to appoint centrally and plan delivery of services in a coherent way. Politicians must not interfere in areas out with their expertise, just for the sake of perceived personal political gain. RCSI, therefore, as I said, has now become a focused, not-for-profit health sciences institution, along with continued commitment to surgical education and practice, continually setting standards, recognised and benchmarked internationally, and delivering at the same time continued professional development and continued medical education. We regard the interests of our patients of paramount importance. We unashamedly feel that as professionals we have the knowledge, we have the experience and we have the expertise to have a central role, not alone just in the delivery of our healthcare, but also in its functioning and organisation. Ireland is a small country with a small open economy, reliant on international trade to build sustainable growth long term. Ireland's worldwide reputation for high quality education is built on a commitment to excellence. RCSI has been to the forefront of international education. We have over 15,000 alumni in over 90 countries worldwide. We have a long experience in international education, and currently it's estimated that our contribution to the Irish economy lies north of €180 million. As always, the future is challenging, but we must respond positively. As I've already said, we are committed to a greatly improved health and well-being service for our population. If you do go abroad, have a great time, enlarge your horizons, improve your expertise, but do please come back to help us to achieve our mission. Continue to enjoy your professional lives, continue to treat your patients with courtesy, and also be mindful of your own health, both physical and mental. And if you have issues, report them early. Again, many congratulations to you all. Enjoy your evening. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the formal proceedings. Again, sincere congratulations to all our new fellows, members and diplomates, and our thanks to your clinical mentors and examiners who've helped you so much on your professional journey. We'd like to invite you and your guests to join us for a reception in the College Hall, and if I could please ask you to be upstanding for the outward procession. Thank you.